Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Ayana Explains It All, the podcast hosted by the Black Muslim lady lawyer, single mother, living in the suburbs, born and raised in the hood, trying to make a way, trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents, trying to make sense of the world. Ayana Explains It All is available on 12 different streaming platforms, including YouTube. As always, available on my flagship application, Anchor FM, Spotify. I'm also available on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. If you listen to Google Podcasts, if you're on Good Pods, you can find Ayana Explains It All absolutely anywhere. That's spelled Ayana. You can also reach me at ayanaexplainsitall@gmail.com. You can find me on TikTok at Ayana Explains It All Pod. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. I'm Ayana Explains It All on Facebook and Ayana Explains It All with an underscore between each word on Instagram. I would love to hear from people about topics I should talk about in the new year. This is 2023. I took a little bit of a break to spend time with my kids. That's a lie. No, I really did take a break because everyone else was on a break. So why can I have a break? My daughter said, "Mommy, you're not recording your podcast anymore?" I said, I'm taking a break. Damn. Can't I have a break? Everybody else gets a break. Can't I, who works for free, by the way, just take a little break? Just a little vacation, a little time. I'll tell you what I did with my time. Absolutely thing. Except work. I work. I work a lot. I work out a lot. I work a lot. And one thing that I recently learned from my therapist is that life is work. Life is hard work. Life is pain, hard work, and uncertainty. And it is that way until you die. And death really is the only way to escape it. Even having millions and millions of billions of dollars, there's no escape for pain. Everybody experiences pain. Everybody experiences loss, uncertainty of life, what's going to happen, if what you set out to do is going to come to fruition, if the person you're with, are you going to get married? Are you going to break up? What are your kids going to be when they grow up? Will you have kids? Life is just a bunch of that shit until you die. And it's true. And I bet you a lot of you have made resolutions for the new year. I bet you have, haven't you? Because you're so cliche. I love it. I love it. It's okay. Make resolution. You want to be a better person? Go ahead. But guess what? You could have been a better person on December 31st, 2022, for God's sakes. Why wait till January? Why wait till January? And guess what? Most people quit their resolutions by mid-January. So the best thing for you to do is to ditch them right now. Yeah, just give up on them right now. Let them go, ditch them. Because what you're going to do instead of making resolutions, you're just going to do the damn things. You're just going to do the things. I'm finally going to lose weight. Are you? I'm finally going to save money for a vacation. Are you? I'm finally going to go to the gym consistently. Are you? I'm finally going to eat healthy. Are you? It's just lies that we tell ourselves. These are lies. We are lying to ourselves because guess what? The things that we want to do, we are already doing them. We're already doing them. The things that you want to do, you're already doing it. And do you know how hard it is to get you, the human, to do something completely, drastically different from what you're doing now? Very hard. Very hard. It's not, I wake up one day and suddenly I'm able to do it. And I'm going to do it consistently. And I'm going to do it for a very long time. And I'm going to see wonderful results. No, absolutely not. I'm sorry. Sorry to break it to you, honey. It's just not that fucking easy. It never has been. Has it ever been that easy for you? Hasn't been that easy for me. Everything I've ever wanted, I've had to work towards. I've had to work for it. I've had to work for it. Sometimes I didn't get it. Sometimes I do. But I've had to work. have had to put in months, years of work. But me saying it and me doing it, two completely different things. But the things that I do are the things that I want. The things that I do are the things that I want. I can I can say that I want to be a billionaire. I want to be the next billionaire. There are no black Muslim women billionaires. It's going to be me, right? It's going to be me. I can feel it. Inshallah, it's going to be me. Now, what am I doing to get there? I found these coins in my the little change thing in my car. Um it was like a bag of coins. I figured I could start there because every big dream started with a very small one. And I feel like if I could just save up enough coin like what? What the fuck are you talking about? Do you have a plan? That's one surefire way to get to what you say you want to be. There are a bunch of people who on New Year's Day, they woke up and they got up and they went hiking. Everybody's doing hiking in January now, right? That's the big thing. I don't know if there's a superstition associated with that, but I saw Oprah and Gail hiking. They did like a 10-mile hike. And then my nutritionist is talking about going hiking in the metro parks because I live in Northeast Ohio, metro parks everywhere, all over Ohio. And I'm like, hiking. Now, there's something I've never tried before. I've never been on a hike. I have walked through the woods. That's not the same as hiking. Knowing my fat ass, I'd probably get lost, honestly. But that's something that I haven't tried. Maybe one of these days I'll go on a hike, inshallah. But for now, I'm gonna stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to, working out in my basement. Now there's something that I have been doing consistently for months now. And I'm gonna keep doing it because it's working for me. I had a plan for myself to get healthier, to get more in shape, and I executed it and I'm doing it. The thing that I am doing is what I want. The thing that I want is what I am doing. You want big things. You want big things for yourself. People tell you going into this month, going into this year, this new year, go big, go home, or wherever the fuck you're going. Just do it. Do it. Finally do it. Stop saying you're going to do it and just do it. And suddenly you just feel this tremendous pressure. A lot of us feel pressure. Because one thing we always carry with us, no matter what year it is our anxiety, our worries, our insecurities. We carry these things everywhere, every year to year. It's the same thing, the same stress. And we may not notice it, but for me, there are certain behaviors that I engage in that show that I'm stressed out or that I'm feeling anxious. And towards the end of the year, I felt it even more and I was doing these behaviors even more. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I worried about? What am I stressed about? It's a new year. I'm older. My kids are going to be older, inshallah. What am I worried about? I don't even know. I have no idea. Oh, my taxes. Taxes. I pay taxes every year. I pay taxes every month. I pay taxes every 2 weeks. So what am I worried about? It's the same stuff that I've always had to deal with, that I've dealt with, that I've handled. So what am I still worried about? I don't know. It's because people tell you that you should be doing an entire list of things. You see it everywhere. You see these messages everywhere. You see these from social media influencers, from motivational speakers, from people you follow on Instagram and Facebook, and they're telling you that you should have $1,000 saved this month. You should be saving $1,000 every month. And you're looking at your kids who are hungry and who need clothes, and you're like, yeah, I can't do that. Or that you should be, if you don't have a college degree, you should be going back to college. Or you should be reading 48 books in a year. Or you should be, exercising 30 minutes a day, walking 10,000 steps a day, 8,000 steps a day. and you're putting all of that stuff, all of that information onto your plate. You're like, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that. And you have got by now a plate, a U-sized plate, by the way, a U-sized plate full of a bunch of stuff that maybe you can accomplish, maybe you can't. But it's all sitting there waiting for you to get at it. And because it is so much, because it is so much, because it is so heavy, so big, so heavy, so wide, so tall, you can't get under it, over it, in it. You can't get to it. It's too much. It's too much. And I personally never make New Year's resolutions. I don't do it. I don't do it because I'm not going to follow through with it. If I'm not already doing those things, I'm not going to do them. I'm not going to suddenly take up something. No. Maybe in March, maybe in April, maybe in July. I don't just start things because it's a new year. I don't do that. Because by the end of the month or by February even, I've forgotten all about it, and I've fallen back into whatever it is I was doing before I decided to take this up. If you want to do something new, go right ahead. If you want to do something challenging, go ahead. But understand that that thing that you're about to do, because you're new to it, because you don't have a habit of doing it, because you don't have a pattern of being successful at it, it's going to be very challenging, and that is going to piss you off. It's not going to be easy. You probably won't see the results that you want right away. And this is especially true for people who are trying to get in shape, girl, who are trying to get in shape, lose weight, be healthier. You're not going to see results right away. You're not. You might lose 5 pounds in the first month, and you'll think, so if I just keep doing this, by the end of the year, I will have lost 60 pounds. And then you don't lose another pound until December. And you think to yourself, what the fuck have I been doing this whole time? Why have I been doing this? And I haven't lost any weight. But you don't notice that you also have increased energy. You feel stronger. You're able to do more. You're able to go up the stairs without losing your breath. You're able to rise out of a seat without going, "Ugh." You're able to sit down without going, "Ugh." Your knees aren't creaking. Your back ain't a cracking. You don't notice that. You want to see results on a scale. You want to see results in your bank account. But what you don't notice is that you're saving money at the grocery store because you've taken little steps. You're eating more whole foods. So you're saving money because you're not buying processed food, because you're not eating fast food. You don't notice that you have all this extra money in your bank account because the results you're looking for are huge gains, because you think if you put a lot of work into something, then the gains, the returns should be large. And sometimes it's just little small shit. It's incremental stuff. It's little things. It might even be inconsequential, but it's there. It happened because you kept at doing what you were doing. And so because you're not getting the big gains, the big results, you're going to abandon whatever it is you set out to do at the beginning of the year. You're going to abandon it because you're not getting the big gains right away. Because you have put so much pressure on yourself to perform, to produce, to get good results, to show people, hey, I really am a new me. New year, new me. Look at me. And that's the other problem with this, with resolutions, is that we adopt these because we want to be better people so that we can show other people that we are better people. I remember I used to dread January, because in January, without fail, for several years, I would always get a call from someone I hadn't spoken to in months. in a very long time, even, and sometimes years, I would get a call in January because somebody is on some new year, new me bullshit. And one of their favorite things to do is to call Ayana to see if we're still cool, to see if we're still down with each other, to see if we can bury the hatchet. No, no. I hate I developed such a hatred for January because I'm like, it's always somebody who's going to call me and be like, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I figure since, it's the new year and everything, like maybe we can just bury. No. If I wasn't fucking with you in December, I ain't fucking with you in January. That's that. New Year does not change anything for me. New Year does not change my boundaries. The new year no longer changes my boundaries. And I no longer dread January because now I know how to handle those situations. January is just the time where people are just insufferable. People are insufferable in January. I was just talking to my friend Victoria. She's a regular gym goer now. She's a gym rat now. I love it. But today was her first day back at the gym. And what happened? She said, before she got there, she said, I hope there are not a lot of people there. And I said, you know what, maybe it won't be because it was about 7:30 at night. I said, people are probably at home, by now, eating dinner, getting ready for bed, whatever the hell. And she rolls up and the parking lot is full, full of people about to be in her way. Poor thing. I feel for her. I really do. That's why I stay working out in my basement. I don't have those problems. Nobody interrupts me. People leave me alone. They know what I'm doing. They let me do my thing. But when you go to a gym and you're a regular gym goer and you go to the gym the first week of January, good luck getting a machine. Good luck finding some free weights to use. Good luck getting a treadmill. Good luck getting something that isn't covered in sweat because new people don't know the rules. New people don't know the etiquette. People go there and they're taking pictures and they're going, new year, new me, day one of the new us, new me. She said there was a couple in the parking lot taking a picture of themselves and said, first day of the new us. And I thought, oh, just give me a break. People are, I mean, you want to be a new you, fine. But listen. Don't put this pressure on yourself to be a new you. Just do it. Do the thing you want to be. Just do it. Don't put the pressure on yourself that you're going to be a new person. No, you're going to be the same fucking person. You're just doing something new. You're doing something new. You're doing something that maybe you haven't tried before. You're doing something that maybe you have been longing to try. You've seen it. You've been influenced. Now you want to do it. But it's the same you. Maybe you move to a new place, but guess what? You take you with you. You carried you all the way to the new state or new country that you're living in. And that is what trips people up because none of us think that we are our problem. It's the environment that's the problem, right? Oh, there's nothing to do here. There's no fun here. Maybe if I move somewhere else, I'll have more fun. Sure. But you are still going with you. Maybe if I get a new job, it'll be better. Absolutely, it might be. But you're going to be the same bitch at that new job. You are the same person. You're just doing something new. You're going somewhere new. But you are the same person. And why is it that you think you are not part of your problem? In fact, you might be your entire problem. There are a lot of us who are our issue. The problem with you is you. And so when you want to do something new, when you want to work out and be healthy and you're not achieving any results, it's because you are in your way. I mean, you got the machines, you got the membership, you got the machines. What's the problem? You can't get up in the morning to go to the gym, or you can't put your work aside and your life demands aside for 30 minutes at the gym. You're tired, so you don't go to the gym. You haven't eaten yet, so you don't go to the gym. You had to work late, so you don't go to the gym. You automatically, and I do this too. I put space between myself and the things that I just don't fucking feel like doing. I notice when I'm doing it, and so I stop. I put space between me and the tasks that I really do not want to do. And people would ask me why, I loved walking at night. I love doing outdoor cardio at night, but I did it so late because I didn't fucking want to do it. I'm so tired. Tired from stress, tired from work and raising children demands and household demands. So just my brain was drained. At the end of my workday, my brain is drained. So why not do it in the morning? Because I can't get out of bed early enough to do it. Because I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up and do the job that I do. I love it. It pays me very well. But some days it is like my brain hurts at the end of my workday. I've been reading and for a living, I analyze information. Very good at analyzing information. I'm an attorney. I analyze information. I read so much about people's problems. I field questions from the public, from other attorneys, from people in the office. My brain cannot, at the end of the workday, and then to have to get up the next day and do it all over again. So I put this space between what I had to do for myself to get healthy. I know the other day I was sitting on the couch, and my son, who's home from college, I was just sitting there, and he was like, "Hey, are you going to be in the basement tonight, working out?" And I said, "I don't know. I don't know. I think I should just sit here. Maybe I should just sit here. I don't feel like it. I don't want to do." He was like, "Get up and go in the basement." Now my son is 18 years old, and he is usually a very gentle person. He said, "Get up and go in the basement." And I said, "You're right. You're absolutely right. That's what I need to do. I just need to get up off my ass and go in the basement." And so that's what I did. And I felt so good after I worked out. I felt so good. I always feel good after I work out. So why does it take me so long to do this? Why does it take me so long to get there to do it? Oh, because, that couch of mine is really comfortable. It's a really comfortable space. You ever been wrapped up in a blanket, sitting on the couch, watching a TV show, and you just kind of melt? The blanket, the couch just kind of forms a mold around you, and you're all cocooned there. To get up out of that, to go into a basement or to go to a gym or whatever, oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on me. But I do it. 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 I do it anyway. And this is what we forget. It might take you, you might be at the gym at 9 o'clock at night, but you made it. You're there. A lot of people give up on their goals, give up on these resolutions, give up on these things because they don't make time for them. They don't want to make time for them. They figure, "Oh, it's the end of the day and I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to sit down and do my budget. I don't have time to sit down and schedule all of these appointments and things for myself." And they just give up doing it because they can't see themselves making time for it. They don't make time for it. And that's so you is one of your problems, but also you not making time for the things you want to do is the other problem. If you're someone who likes to write stuff down, if you want to make a schedule for yourself, at 8 o'clock, I'm going to do this. Or if you get up earlier, a lot of people get up at 6:30. So you make a schedule for yourself. At 6:30, I'm going to get up. You should eat breakfast within 30 minutes of getting up. You shouldn't delay it. Shower, brush your teeth, eat your breakfast. If you're on your way to work, go to work. If you have to run some errands, pencil all that stuff in, write it all down. This is what I'm going to do at this time. This is what I'm going to do at this time. If you have to write stuff down, do it. I write down important information. I put, notes. I have notes, the notes app for really important stuff, but everything else goes on a calendar. That's how I keep track of everything. And every night I look at the calendar and I say, oh, I have nothing to do tomorrow. So that's it. If I don't have anything to do the next day, I don't think about what it is I have to do until the night before. That is one way I keep myself centered on what I have to do, is that I really don't think about it until I have to do it. If I think about it too much, I'm going to agonize and I'm going to get very anxious. And then I'm just going to say, fuck it, I'm not doing it. That's how it is with task performance sometimes with people like me, especially if I think about it too much, too long, and I start to dread it and I don't want to do it and I end up not doing it. So, one particular thing I wanted to emphasize here when it comes to New Year's resolutions, because that's what this episode is about. It's me explaining to you why you need to ditch these resolutions, is because they are so generic to the point that they are unrealistic. Look at your life. Look at who you are. Look at your environment. Look at what you do for a living. Look at your family life. Look at your work life. Just look at your body. Look at yourself. Do these resolutions fit you, or are they things you've been told that you should be doing? Everybody needs to be in shape. Whatever, who cares? But is that should that be a goal for you right now? Maybe you don't have time to eat healthy for whatever reason. Your life is not conducive to eating healthy. So you're not going to do it. That's something you're going to abandon right away because your life isn't even conducive to that. You're someone who's, you should read a book every week. But your life really isn't conducive to giving you time to sit and read a book, or even on your way to work listening to an audiobook, or sitting somewhere and just concentrating on what's being said. Your life, your daily life, your weekly life isn't conducive to that. That's something you're going to abandon right away. You're going to start one book and then you're going to be like, well, I don't have time for this. And by the end of the year, you'll be looking at that one book that'll be on that same page that you left it at when you abandoned it. Or hobbies. Oh, people in their hobbies, humans in their hobbies. It's good to have a hobby. I have several hobbies. If you're not able to have a hobby, it's maybe because you're not high functioning. Maybe you have an active mental illness. Maybe you have an active, very active life that leaves you little time for hobbies and clubs and etc. But you thought, oh, this year I'm gonna build a boat, or I'm gonna start fly fishing, or I'm gonna get into photography. So you got a new camera for Christmas, or you invested in a brand new iPhone or whoever takes the best pictures, and you've spent over $1,000 on this thing, and everywhere you go, you're going to take new pictures, or you're going to become a social media influencer. So you've invested in all this camera equipment and you've taken these courses and et cetera, et cetera. But you also have 3 kids. You have a spouse who works. You have kids who have school programs and sports. So a lot of your time is spent on the sidelines at basketball games or volleyball games or cheer competitions, dance competitions. Or it's spent behind a desk in a cubicle at a computer. And your commute is an hour long. And so on the weekends, maybe you have if you're not going to a soccer game, maybe you have a little bit of time, but you're probably going to take a nap, to be quite honest. You're going to be napping. And then on Sunday, it's preparing for the week ahead. So you're going to abandon that hobby. You're going to abandon it. I'm sorry. You just are. Your life is not conducive to these goals that you have set, that you have been told to set for yourself, to make your life better, to feel better, to de stress. Your doctor ordered you to get a hobby, to do some arts and crafts. You have to change your entire life around to incorporate these things to incorporate these goals into your life. You do, or you're not going to achieve any of them. You're not going to be successful. You have to build your life around what you want, around what you do, which is what you want. You have to build your entire life around it. You can't let your demands dictate what's important to you. You have to tell yourself what is important, and you have to do those things. You can't let your life dictate it. You can't become so enmeshed in what your kids have going on, what your spouse has going on, what your work wants you to do, that you forget about you, who you are, what you want. When you sit down and you think about who you are, what your interests are, if you're able to name two things that aren't your kid and your partner and your, job, then you got it going on. But a lot of us can't do that. A lot of us can't sit down and go, "Oh, well, I really like to um I um we can't name one thing that's who we are, that's what we enjoy doing. That's just for us. That fulfills us and enriches us. We can't say one thing about ourselves that we are. Who are you?" See, before you set out to do these New Year's resolutions and meet these goals, you got to figure out who the hell you are. Who are you? Because if you're not a person who is high functioning, a person with a strong mind, a person with a strong spirit, a person who can withstand criticism, a person who can take disappointment, who can take pain, then all of these resolutions these little bullets, these little bullet points that you've got in your head that you've written down somewhere, you're going to fail at all of them. You just are. You are. You don't know yourself. You don't understand that all of these outside forces are dictating what you should like and what you should do. You've got demands coming at you from everywhere that are taking up all your time, that you're letting take up your time because you don't set boundaries. You're not able to incorporate these new things into your life because you don't even know what your life is about. You don't know who you are. And so all of these things that you find yourself attracted to at the beginning of the year, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And I feel so energetic and I feel so good about it. And it's going to be so good and I'm going to be a new person. By the end of January, you're not going to be doing any of that shit. I guarantee it. And I'm not saying this because I don't believe you can. Of course, I believe you can. Anybody can do anything. The problem is that we don't know what fits us. We don't know what's best for us because we don't even know who we are as people. You don't know who you are outside of the job that you do, outside of being a parent or a partner. You don't know who you are outside of being a son or a daughter. You don't know who you are outside of your religion. You don't know who you are outside of your friend group. You don't know what makes you happy. You don't know why you would want to sit down and read a book every week. Why would you want to do that? You don't know why you would want to get healthy, why you would want to go to the gym every day for 30 minutes. Why would you want to do that? How is that going to help you? How would you even know? You don't even fucking know what you like. You haven't had a hobby in 2 years or 3 years or 10 years. You everything you start, you don't finish. Why is that? Why is that? You've probably got a closet full of things that you've started and stopped. Every time you say you wanna do something, you go out and you buy all the tools. That's the most fun part of a hobby, by the way. When I started this podcast, I was like, "Oh, I get to buy things for it. Yes, I get to buy all of this audio, video equipment. I have all this shit." I finally got a microphone that makes sense. I've got 2 monitors set up here. I've got all of these programs. I mean, I probably spent more money than I needed to, but I really wanted it to be successful. I knew that I could do this. I knew that I wanted to do it. I made time for it. I said, "This is me. This is something that I could do, and I'm doing it." But shopping for it was so fun. Uh, but yeah, but people do that. They buy all the tools and the accessories and they start stuff and they just abandon it because they forget to make time for it. They forget to make space for it. They forget that this is who you are now. You're what do they call you're a boat captain. You're a carpenter now. Yeah, that's you. Or you're a gym rat now. Or you're a weightlifter now. That's you. That's you now. You're I don't know what they call people who do yoga, but that's you now. You're a runner. You're a painter. Or you're a person who does pottery. That's you now. Yeah, that's you. You forget. You forget the things that you are doing is what you want, that is who you are, and you forget. And you fall right back into doing just whatever people are telling you to do. Whatever your kids say is their schedule, that's what you do. Whatever your job says is your schedule, that's what you do. Whatever your spouse has set up for you, whatever little you guys are going out, you're hanging out with people, or you're sitting at home doing nothing, that's what you do. You forget that you became this exciting person at the beginning of the year. This exciting person. Oh my God, at the beginning of the year, I was writing a book. I'm an author. You forgot that you were writing a book. You forgot that you're a freaking you're a podcast host now. You forgot that I have one of my hobbies is to build miniature doll houses. And I have so much stuff in my craft room slash studio. There's stuff everywhere. I can make anything, and I do. I make decor for Ramadan and Eid. Ramadan is coming up. But that's what I do. I'm a hobbyist. I'm an arts and crafter, and I'm good at it because I invested the time in it. I would sit down for hours some days and work on this stuff, and nobody could stop me. In fact, people would look at me. My kids would look at me, my friends, be like, wow, wow. And they would show interest in it. Nobody tried to stop me. And if somebody tried to stop me, I would kick them to the curb. I didn't let anything stop me because this was for me. And I know that I wanted to expand my horizons. I wanted to enhance my brain. I wanted to do new things, explore new things. And my hobbies have opened up new avenues for me. And I don't let anybody stop me. But you let people stop you. You don't have boundaries with people. You don't have boundaries with your job, your kids, your partner. You don't have boundaries with your family members. You don't have boundaries with your friends. So anybody is in your face at any time, pulling you every which way. And so you forget that you set out to become this wonderful new you at the beginning of the new year. You didn't figure out who you are, if this fits you, if this is for you. No. You let somebody tell you that you're supposed to be saving $2,000 a month. People will put pressure on you to make you feel like you have to be doing this. And the more pressure that is applied to you, the less you want to be a part of it. Because you want it to be fun. You want it to be a learning experience. You want to understand what you're going to get out of this at the end of the day. What am I going to gain from this at the end of the day? I want to see it. And just the experience of just being there is not enough. A lot of you people who are just happy to be here. No, that's not good enough for me. So, yeah, whatever you resolved to do at the end of last month, at the end of December 31st, December 2022, whatever you resolved to do in the new year, you're going to abandon it. In fact, I encourage you to abandon it because a lot of the things that we adopt are not realistic for us. I want you to pick one thing to do differently, to do that's new. One thing. Start it now and see it through to the end of the year. And it'll, by the end of the year, it'll be second nature. It'll be who you are, what you always do. People will know you for this by the end of the year. Oh yeah, he's going to the gym. Yeah, he'll get to it. When he gets back, he'll get to it. But he's going to this is gym time. This is her gym time. Oh yeah, she's out in her shed. She's building something. That's her, her time. That's her personal time. Oh yeah, she every week she sits down and she balances the checkbook and she does the budget for the month and she figures out how much we're going to spend on groceries. That's what she does. That's her thing. I'm going to leave her alone and let her do it. Or oh nope, he's got his fishing gear out. He's about to go fishing. It's time for him to go fishing. This is his thing. That's him now. He fishes now. That's what he does. Going to leave him alone. It becomes who you are, and people respect you because you've set boundaries with them. That this is the time that you are going to take for yourself to do something that improves your life, improves your attitude, improves your mental health, improves your physical health, or just makes you feel good. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do yoga at this yoga center for an hour. I'm going to go to the library, take a book, check out some books. I'm going to sit outside and read for a little while, and that'll be your thing. People don't take you seriously until you show them that this is serious to you. And a lot of you just are not there yet. You can't even set boundaries about what to watch on TV. You can't set boundaries even about where you're going to eat, about what you eat. You can't set boundaries with people about, calling you at midnight and asking you to come pick them up from the bar. You can't set boundaries with your kids. You don't set boundaries with your friends about what you will and will not tolerate. When you go on trips, have you guys seen these videos of people going on trips with their friends? And suddenly they find out these people aren't their friends because of their behavior? You suddenly find out that these really aren't people that you want to hang out with. But you've been tolerating this behavior this whole time. For what? Because you wanted to be around them. You didn't want to hurt their feelings. You wanted friends. So until you learn how to set boundaries, all of these resolutions that you're trying to adopt, they're going to fail. They're going to fail. Until you fix what's making you not able to perform tasks that are for your betterment, you're going to fail. Until you figure out why you need to do these things, you're not going to do any of them. Until you figure out the why. Why me? Why do I need to do this? Is it because somebody told you to do it? Do they know you? Do the people on social media know you? These TikTok influencers and Instagram influencers, those people don't know you. And I because I have seen it myself. If you go on to, because I watch a lot of workout videos to get ideas on different strength moves that I should do. So because I like those, my algorithm shows me workout videos whenever I go on Instagram, for instance. But every workout social media influencer has a different idea that they want to sell you on for health and wellness and weight loss. Every single one has a different idea, and all of these ideas are coming at me. All of these ideas, to the point that there was a point where I had no idea what I wanted to do. No idea what I was doing, no idea what I should be doing, what was best for me. That is what I should have been doing, what was best for me. Not what these people were telling me to do, what I should be doing. Oh, you should be doing all cardio. Oh, you should be doing all weightlifting. Oh, you got to be in a calorie deficit. Oh, you have to do intermittent fasting. Oh, you have to have high protein, high fiber, low calorie, no carbs, keto. No, you got to go vegan. You got to go raw vegan. You have to eat no meat, no dairy, none of that. You have to exit all out if you want to lose weight. Oh my God. So many messages were being thrown at me, and I had to X them all out. I had to stop following all of these different people and finally do what is best for me and my body and my well being, not what these people are telling me to do, because they're just selling stuff. That's all they're doing. They're selling powders and weight loss plans and meal plans, and none of them are doctors. None of them are doctors. None of them are nutritionists. None of them have any kind of background in dietary wellness or maintenance or none of that. None of them are board certified in anything. All they are people who have done something and it was successful for them. So now they're going to sell you using their method that worked for them. They're going to sell that to you and tell you that if you want to lose weight, or if you want to save money, or if you want to invest more, or if you want to learn how to be a social media influencer or learn how to have passive income, you want to have your own Airbnb spot, or you want to have your own, you want to do house flipping. If you want to do that, pay me $99 and I'll show you how to do it. I'll sell you on how to do it. In the new year, you're going to be wealthy and thin and wealthy, because all of these people have sold you on how to get there. And of course, if it worked for them, then why can't it work for you? Right? Wrong. 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 Fucking wrong. Why? Because nobody knows you. You know you. You know you. Nobody knows you as well as you know you. Nobody knows you as well as you know you. You know your life. You know your demands. You know your body. You know your budget. You know what you are capable of. So before you go giving your money to these people who can tell you you can achieve the results that you want in the new year, think about who you are, what you're capable of, what you've done in the past. Have you really been challenged in the past, and were you successful? Did you come out successful on the other end? Or are you going to start this and stop this because you're not into any of this? You don't work out. Why are you going to start working out? You spend all of your money on liquor and weed and trips and wigs and whatever the fuck. Why, how are you going to start saving money now? You mean you're just going to stop? Oh, okay. I hate to sound defeating. It's not going to work. You're not just going to stop, because something is going to pull at you that is going to demand that you not be a better person, that you not do the thing that is better for you. Something is going to pull at you because you don't have any boundaries with anything. You don't have any boundaries with people. You don't have any boundaries with jobs. You don't have any boundaries with your friends. So all of these things are going to be pulling at you to give up, to be the person that you really are. You haven't learned to be a better person in order to do all of these things that are going to put you in your best form. You're not there yet. Your brain isn't there yet. Your daily routine isn't there yet. You have no structure. You have no discipline. You have no discipline. If you're a person who lacks discipline, there isn't an ounce of motivation that anybody can give you that is going to get you to the other side of your goal. If you lack discipline, you're not going to get there. If you lack boundaries, you're not going to get there. If your mental health is not good, you're not going to get there. You're not. There's a lot of things, a lot of steps you have to take before you can be a new you. Working out is not going to make you a new you. Will it change your body a little bit? Sure. You're still going to be the same person. Eating healthy, will it make you look better? Sure. You're still going to be unhappy. You're still going to be whoever you were before you started eating healthy. Because the problem really, it's not, the food is a problem, yes. The sedentary lifestyle is a problem, yes, absolutely. But you are also your problem. And that is the reason why you wait until January of a new year to do anything significant. And you are the reason why by the end of January, you are no longer doing those things that you set out to do at the beginning of the year. There's a reason this keeps happening to you year after year after year. There's a reason by the end of the year, you feel so depleted and defeated and disgusted and upset that you want to just completely turn off everything and be a new you. You want to hit the reset button. There's a reason for that. You're not surrounding yourself with the right people. You're not setting boundaries with people. You're not prioritizing yourself. You're not prioritizing your health. You're not prioritizing yourself. You should be at the top of any list. Your needs, your health, your wellness should be at the top of any list that you make of things you have to do. For the day, for the week, for the month, for the year, you should be at the top of the list. Number one, you at the top of the list. And until you fix you, until you get you together, all of these big goals that you set for yourself are going to fail. Like I said, there's a reason why they do. There's a reason why you're not able to achieve them. It's not because you're not capable. Certainly are. Anybody can do anything. It is because you are not ready. You are not ready. And so what if you're ready by June? What if you take the steps necessary to clear up everything, to clean up everything? You get your mental health together. You've prioritized yourself. You've set boundaries where you need to set boundaries. And suddenly you have all of this time. You're feeling enlightened. You're feeling freer. You're feeling open. You're feeling unburdened. You have all of this time to think. You're thinking more clearly. And now you want to get some hobbies. And now you want to buckle down and finally study for that, I don't know, GMAT or GRE or whatever. You want to go to graduate school. You can finally sit down and study for, if you want to be a nurse, if you want to go to law school, if you want to get your real estate license. It's because you have finally set the boundaries necessary to free up the time for yourself. You have prioritized yourself. Until you know what it is to prioritize yourself, all of these resolutions are going to fail. And I don't want you to fail. I don't want you to be a failure. I want people who at the beginning of the year say they're going to do these big things. I want to see people do this stuff. But I have seen people fail so many times because they fall back into the behavior of, oh, but my kids need me. My community needs me. My job needs me. My mom needs me. My dad needs me. I'm taking care of this person and that person. Or I travel for work, or I do this, I volunteer here. Da, 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 da. None of that you're doing for yourself. You're doing it all for other people. Until you finally want to do something for yourself that's just for you, until you take the time, make the space, until you have taught people to respect that this is what you're going to be doing, this is who you are now, until people take you seriously, sometimes you got to make them. Until that happens, you're not going to be able to achieve any of these things. Weight loss, eating healthy, saving money, rebuilding your credit. You're building a ship in a bottle. You're restoring an old car. You want to work on, maybe you want to be a makeup artist. Maybe you want to go to cosmetology school. Whatever goal it is you set for yourself, until you prioritize yourself, you're not going to be able to achieve it, and you're just going to abandon it. So in the new year, I hope that you will prioritize your mental health, your physical health, your well-being, that you will set boundaries. I've talked about boundaries so much before in the past episodes. Go back and listen to the episodes that I talk about boundaries, and I talk about narcissists and toxic people and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Go back and listen to that. Or better yet, sign up with a therapist who can help you understand how to set boundaries and how to set realistic goals for yourself, and how to achieve happiness, real, lasting happiness, who can help you navigate life. Prioritize yourself. People talk a lot about self-care and self-love and da 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 da. People don't really understand what that means if they're just talking about taking a bath and writing in a journal, or, writing in a planner, or putting stickers on a board. Visualizing things, yes. Absolutely. Visualize. If you need to write it down, yes. If you need to put it in a book, if you need to put it on a wall, put it on a vision board, yes, absolutely. But remember that you are the one who has to achieve it. So until you get you together, you're not going to be able to achieve anything. You got to get your shit together. It's one thing to say what you want to do. It's another and write it down, and to show yourself what you want to do. It's another thing altogether to get there. Life is hard work, constant work, pain and uncertainty. And until you understand that, until you operate like you get that, the New Year's resolutions you have right now that are ruminating in your brain, that you're floating around, that you're telling everybody about, you're not going to be able to achieve them because you don't know how to get there. It's easy to go to a gym. I could go to a gym right now. But you're telling me that I have to go every day? It's easy to read a book. I got a book in my hand right now. Hey, there's a book. Read a couple pages. And you mean to tell me I have to read a book a week? Whew. It's easy to eat healthy. I got some apples in my refrigerator. Go cut up an apple, eat an apple. Hey, look, I ate healthy. Oh, you mean I have to do this every day? Why didn't no one tell me I had to be a new me every day? These big things that you want to do, you can do them. But sometimes it takes fixing you and making small changes in your life before you can sustain them. You want to be able to sustain them. And who you are now, you're not ready to sustain them. So before you tackle these big things, tackle the biggest thing. You get your shit together. Then you can adopt some new resolutions of what you want to do in your life, some fun you want to have, some goals you want to set. Go. Absolutely. Do it. And this has been Ayana explains it all, brought to you by facts, figures, and enlightenment. Take care.